Welcome to Maritime, Pakistan, your gateway to the fascinating world of oceans and the opportunities they present to every one of us. Today's video explains the Convention on the Prevention of Marine Pollution by Dumping of Wastes and Other Matter, 1972. For most of history, the vastness of the sea suggested an infinite void. People assumed the ocean could swallow human waste without a single scar. Maritime law defines dumping as the deliberate disposal of wastes at sea, including the intentional sinking of vessels or platforms once they've outlived their use. By 1972, the ocean was demonstrably struggling to absorb industrial output. This visible degradation triggered the creation of the London Convention, the first international attempt to control what we leave behind in the deep. The 1972 convention operated on a blacklist approach. It allowed all dumping by default, only stepping in to prohibit specific, highly toxic materials that were explicitly named in its annexes. This reactive strategy proved ineffective against modern chemistry. Regulators were trapped in a cycle of catching up to industrial growth, leaving the marine environment exposed every time a new, unlisted chemical was invented. Industrial threats escalated through the 1990s. In 1993, new amendments were forced to ban the dumping of low-level radioactive waste and stop the incineration of industrial waste at sea entirely. These challenges led to the 1996 London Protocol. This wasn't a revision of the old rules, it was a complete reversal of the legal philosophy governing the sea. The protocol introduced the precautionary approach. This mandate requires preventative action when there is reason to believe waste will cause harm, even if science hasn't yet proven a direct causal link. It also established the polluter pays principle. This ensures the financial burden of potential marine pollution stays with the industry responsible, rather than falling on the public or the environment. This shift moved the burden of proof. Instead of the government having to prove a substance was dangerous to stop it, industries now have to prove a substance is safe before they can consider dumping it. The protocol functions through a blanket prohibition on all ocean dumping globally. It replaces the old blacklist with a reverse list, a narrow white list containing only 8 specific exceptions. The first grouping covers natural or infrastructural byproducts, specifically dredged material, sewage sludge, and waste from industrial fish processing. The second subset includes heavy structural items, like vessels and platforms, alongside inert geological material and organic matter of natural origin. A 7th slot allows for bulky items like iron and concrete. This is a strictly physical impact exception, intended only for isolated small island communities that have no other practical way to dispose of waste. The 8th and final exception addresses modern climate needs, CO2 streams captured from industrial processes. Every item on this list requires a rigorous special permit. This system ensures the ocean is treated as a guarded biological vault rather than a convenient disposal site. With traditional industrial trash now strictly controlled, regulation has moved toward managing invisible threats, specifically the rising levels of atmospheric carbon dioxide. By including CO2 streams on the reverse list, the protocol provides the legal framework to regulate carbon capture and the storage of that carbon in subsea geological formations. The broad scope of the treaty also allows it to control speculative climate technologies, such as experimental ocean fertilization, before they can impact marine ecosystems. The London Protocol is currently the most sophisticated international instrument managing the intersection of the marine environment and climate engineering. The 1996 White List pivot created a legal framework that scales with human technology. It provides a mechanism to address 21st century atmospheric threats with the same legal weight once used for simple industrial waste. We hope that you liked today's video. Post your questions in the comment section for future videos.